When choosing my cozy games, I am specifically looking for heartfelt stories, relaxing gameplay loops, and cozy, inviting artistic direction to get lost for hours. And these 10 games nail that criteria. These are my favourite cozy games I have played on the Nintendo Switch. Some new, some old, but all worth checking out. Let's crack on. Kicking off this list is a recent release, Discounty. On the surface, it's a narrative-driven shop management sim. You're sent to the small town of Blomkest to take over your auntie's old store, now part of a corporate supermarket chain. But beneath the spreadsheets and shelf stocking lies a story about tradition, small town life, and the tug of war between community values and corporate greed. You are caught between your profit-obsessed aunt and the town's old-school way of life. It's quirky, slow-paced, and full of heart. And while the slow character movement is a little frustrating, I'm having an absolute blast. If you can look past this one gripe, you're in for a charming and meaningful journey. I'm currently about 20 hours in, and I have really enjoyed my playthrough. As someone who worked in many small corner stores, the idea of this game was torture. But I'll tell you what, it's an absolute banger. Next up is My Time at Sandrock, spiritual successor to My Time at Portia. It had a rough start on the Switch, but after a few updates, and especially with the newer hardware, it's found its stride. At its heart, Sandrock is a life sim meets action RPG. You're a builder who has arrived in a struggling desert town tasked with rebuilding not just structures, but an entire community. You gather materials, craft machines, build relationships, and slowly breathe life back into this dusty little corner of the world. And there is so much to do and experience. You can farm, raise animals, mine, fish, craft, cook, and fight, and even decorate your workshop and home to your liking. The world feels alive and the characters have genuine personality. It's not just a game about checking off to-do lists, it's about becoming part of the town, building friendships, and watching everything evolve as the result of your efforts. What I love most is how clear the game is about its goals. It wants you to relax, get invested, and take part in rebuilding something meaningful. And it absolutely nails that feeling. It's cozy, but with structure. It never feels like you're just wasting time. This is one of the most complete cozy sims out there. I fully expect it to climb higher on my list the more I play, especially ahead of the third game's release in 2026, My Time at Evershine. Coming in at number 8 is Rune Factory Guardians of Azima. It's a bit of a departure from your classic Rune Factory, but it still holds on to its roots with farming, magic, romance, and action RPG elements. You play as a guardian of nature working to restore balance whilst navigating multiple towns and relationships. It's less of a farming sim and more of a light action adventure with cozy elements baked in. Whilst the story is a little underwhelming, the gameplay loop of exploring, farming, and fighting is super satisfying. It's a streamlined, relaxing experience, wrapped in beautiful art direction with some exciting, fast-paced yet simple combat. What really works here is the way it balances contrast. You've got this peaceful, cozy life of planting and socialising, but it's set against a world that's been damaged and needs your help. That constant shift between quiet downtime and meaningful progression gives the game a real rhythm. It's easy to dip into for short sessions, but just as easy to lose hours without even realising it. Now moving on to an absolute gem. A Short Hike is all about the journey, literally. You play as a small bird on a peaceful island trying to reach the summit of Hawk Peak to get phone reception. You climb, glide, swim, and explore in this bite-sized open-world adventure. Along the way, you'll meet quirky characters, discover side quests, and collect upgrades, all while vibing to a dynamic and utterly gorgeous soundtrack. It's short, sweet, and unforgettable. A must-play for anyone who values charm and atmosphere over raw length. What really sets A Short Hike apart, though, is how effortlessly it delivers emotional impact without ever trying too hard. The writing is warm, understated, and full of subtle humour, and the game gives you the freedom to just exist in a world at your own pace. There's no pressure, no urgency, it's just about being present, exploring at your leisure, and enjoying the moment. It's a reminder that sometimes the best adventures are the smallest ones. In at number 6 is Unpacking, and I'll be honest, at first I mocked this one, but I was wrong. This is a relaxing, emotional puzzle game where you slowly unpack boxes and arrange items across different phases of a character's life in different settings. That's it. No timers, no scores, but somehow, through just objects and placement, the game tells a powerful story. You connect with the unseen protagonist in a way I didn't think was possible through gameplay this minimal. Sure, it's a short game, but if you ever see it on sale, don't think twice. It's one of the most emotionally resonant games I've played. What's incredible is how much narrative is delivered with so little said. Through objects alone, where they are placed, which ones return, which ones you don't. You start to piece together this person's entire life story. You can sense breakups, new beginnings, career changes, emotional growth, and it's subtle but powerful. Unpacking isn't just relaxing, it's quietly profound and a little mesmerising. It's also quite unfortunate that they never followed this up with a sequel. In at number 5 was a bit of a surprise hit for me. Moonstone Island blends monster collecting, farming, deck building, life sim and exploration all into one package. Think Pokemon meets Stardew meets Wind Waker, with floating sky islands, dungeon crawling, romantic relationships and cozy home to decorate. The devs keep adding new features as well, most recently evolutions for your pets. It's one of the freshest takes on a genre I've played in years, and honestly, Game Freak should be paying attention. If you're into creature collecting, don't skip this one, because it's so much more than just that. What really pulled me in though was the world itself. Every island you visit feels handcrafted with secrets to uncover, NPCs with their own quirks, and an aesthetic that perfectly blends pixel charm with a calming pastel vibe. There is a lovely balance between freedom and structure. You can spend your time decorating your house, bonding with your companions, exploring dungeons, or just tending to your little farm. It all feels cozy, connected, and incredibly rewarding, no matter how you choose to play. In at number 4, this one may have some not quite so cozy moments, but trust me, Dave the Diver deserves its spot here. Yes, there is some stress around managing your sushi restaurant in fighting those deep sea beasts, but it is always low stakes, no risk play, wrapped in hilarious writing, charming characters, and absolutely gorgeous pixel art. You dive by day, serve by night, and uncover mysteries of the deep sea. It's cozy in that chaotic, goofy way that makes it impossible to put down. Even after finishing it, I still rewatch the cutscenes. Don't be put off by the more active gameplay. Dave the Diver is an absolute gem. What really seals it for me is how much variety the game offers without ever feeling overwhelming. One minute you're leisurely swimming through colourful coral reefs, and the next you're crafting new recipes or customising your restaurant with silly, over-the-top upgrades. It's full of unexpected charm, and even its most action-packed moments are softened by its humour and laid-back pacing. It's the kind of game that keeps surprising you in the best way. At number 3 is a game I waited over a decade for, and it was worth every delay. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, is packed with content. You can master multiple lives, explore, battle, gather, and build your perfect town. It's whimsical, relaxing, and wonderfully grindy in all the right ways. While some wanted bigger changes, I think it nails what made the original so beloved. It's my personal game of the year so far for 2025, and I'll be playing this one for a long time. What makes Fantasy Life I stand out so much is how seamlessly it blends so many genres: RPG progression, life sim mechanics, town building, and real-time combat, all without feeling overwhelming. Whether you're cutting trees, crafting furniture, or fighting monsters, each life feels meaningful and satisfying in its own way. Plus the world is brimming with charm and nostalgia, full of light-hearted characters and simple joys, and I just hope I don't have to wait another decade for a sequel. Before rushing into the obvious top 2, here are some honourable mentions that just missed the cut, that are definitely still worth playing. There is Melody of Moomin Valley, an incredibly cute and peaceful game, but it was just too short. It took me about 3.5 hours to finish, but it was still a worthwhile experience if you're a Moomin fan. Then we have Potion Permit, a game my partner adored, and I get why. It has great visuals, potion making, a strong cozy vibe, and it's definitely worth checking out if you love a gentle crafting system and helping villagers. Another is Ritual of Raven, a game I'm currently playing through, and I'm loving the tone and mystery. This could maybe sneak into the top 10 once I get further in, but it's a tough ask. And a game that seems to be a fan favourite that I personally just couldn't click with. It leans too much into the visual novel territory, but I completely understand why people love coffee talk. If you're in the mood to read and chill to lo-fi beats while serving drinks, give it a go. It really is adored for good reason. And at number 2, of course this is here. Animal Crossing New Horizons was the right game at the right time. Its releasing during the 2020 lockdown created the perfect storm. Everyone needed a peaceful escape, and this game delivered. What makes New Horizons so special is how it gives you complete creative freedom, yet never pressures you. You could spend an entire session just rearranging flowers, customizing your island's layout, or chatting with your villagers. And it all felt meaningful. It's a slow, intentional kind of gameplay that rewards your imagination and your patience, and that's what makes it endlessly replayable. Of all the games mentioned, this definitely has the greatest ability to sink the most hours into. Whether you spent hundreds of hours decorating, fishing, visiting friends' islands, or just listening to the calming music, this game has become a cornerstone of cozy gaming, and like you, I'm still holding out hope for the next announcement. Any day now, hopefully. And finally, it was only ever going to be one game, Stardew Valley. It's the blueprint, the gold standard. Developed by one person, Stardew took the farming sim genre and perfected it. It didn't reinvent the wheel, it just polished every single spoke. Simple yet engaging story, deep characters, and limitless replayability, even its imperfections somehow felt like features. It's more than just a cozy game, it's a landmark title. Easily the most compelling experience I've had on the Switch, and arguably on any console ever. What really blows my mind is how personal the game becomes. You can pour hours into building your dream farm, growing close to your favourite villagers, or just wandering through the valley as the seasons change, and somehow, it all feels like your story. No two farms look the same, no two players take the same path, and yet it connects with everyone who plays it. That's rare, and that's why Stardew Valley isn't just a game, it's a lasting memory. So currently, that's my 10 favourite cozy games on the Nintendo Switch to date. Some new, some old, but all of them have given me that warm, peaceful feeling that we're all chasing when we pick up a cozy game. Whether you're into farming, creature collecting, storytelling, or just zoning out and rearranging virtual furniture, there's something here for everyone who enjoys gaming at a slower, more meaningful pace. I'd love to hear what cozy games you keep coming back to. Drop your favourites in the comments, especially if there's a hidden gem I might have missed. I'm always looking to add another game to the never-ending backlog. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want more cozy content, and until next time, take care, stay cozy, I'll see you around.